I'm unbeatable.
Performance not score. Every time they wanna clash, the winners kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop. And we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
It's New Year's Eve on the British Basketball League YouTube channel, and there's no better place to be as we settle down for this final encounter of 2023. Like all the teams in the league, both Manchester and Sheffield have had a very hectic Christmas and New Year schedule. The Sharks played yesterday and the Giants played 2 days ago, and the last time these two met, the Sharks won easily by almost 20 points. But last season it was the Giants who dominated, winning 3 out of their 4 matchups. So keeping an eye on this one for us is Josh Bett and Graham Hiscock.
And thank you very much, Jeanette, and welcome, Basel fans, to the Cannon Medical Arena for tonight's game in the British Basel League between our hosts, the Sheffield Sharks and the Manchester Giants. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm your commentator, Josh Bett, alongside Graham Hiscock. Graham, at Derby at the North, Yorkshire meets Lancashire. Who do you think's taking this one?
Well, Sheffield Sharks won the first encounter comfortably, 92-73. But Sheffield really struggling against Leicester yesterday. Giants with a huge win 2 days ago. Giants to win.
Well, we're going to take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams. We'll begin with the home team, our Sheffield Sharks, coached by Atiba Lyons. Well, Devell Ramsey will be in the backcourt along with Nixon, not to mention the big man inside Bennett Cook will be partnered with Kipper Nichols. And, of course, the three-point shooting machine, Jordan Vertino. There is your starting 5 for your Sheffield Sharks. Well, the visitors, on the other hand, the Manchester Giants, off the back of a big victory against the Cheshire Phoenix, they'll be going with a starting lineup with Mason Boursier. Stampley as well will play in the backcourt along with Nicholas Lewis, but it will all be about the Twin Towers of William Lee and legend Robertson. Well, Basel fans, it's now time to take a look at some of the key players in this game, and Prentice Nixon's got to be one of those players, Graham.
Yeah, last 2 games really stepping up. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. This is the player they need that they signed in November. He needs a massive, big, huge performance.
Well, the other player to look out for the Manchester Giants, William Lee. What a game he had against the Phoenix.
Yeah, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He was awesome against the Cheshire Phoenix. More of the same required today.
Well, there is your 2 players look out for in this game. William Lee and Nixon. Atiba Lyons, head coach of the Sharks, is ready for this one. We'll be back momentarily. Welcome back, Basel fans. We're live at 3 referees tonight. Steve Ferris along with Kevin Kinsella and Jean-Paul Heron. Well, the final game of 2000. So yeah, Giants will get this one back. Now, if you want to know something very interesting, the man on the microphone for this game in the arena is indeed one infamous Mike Shaft, who, you know, like Dan Routledge, many would say both of them are the voices of British basketball.
Yeah, many years listening to Mike, and it's great that he's still involved, doing the PA courtside and really getting the crowd into it.
Well, Nicholas Lewis, former Sheffield Shark, in the building. Sharks have numbers. Kicking this one out, they're going for an early 3, but unable to connect with it. Remember, Sheffield slightly thinner tonight, but here's one player they're going to have to try and defend. And, you know, William Lee, he was phenomenal against the Cheshire Phoenix.
Yeah, he did everything that Manchester Giants needed him to do. He's been coming back from ankle surgery and taking some time out for some mental health issues. Won the title with Leicester Riders as well a couple of years ago. So he knows how to win. He knows how to get it done.
Well, another 3-ball goes flying, and now Jordan Rattino is going to try and finish this one. An easy transition by the Sheffield Sharks.
Jordan Rattino gets the scoring on
That's what you want to see from Jordan Rattino, trying to push the tempo very early on. Lewis trying to run a ball screen here with Ledger Robertson. Once he kicks out, now they're trying to go down low. Robertson goes up and throws it down with 2 hands. Well, the big man's headband just came off there, but that's what you want to see early on from Ledger Robertson.
Yeah, getting the ball moving to the basket. He evaded his defensive player there, just turned and threw it down.
Well, it was a great seal-off, but now Cook tries to go in. He draws a foul. He'll be going to the free throw line, but it's not a bad foul for the Giants because Bennett Cook isn't one of the best free throw shooters in the British Basketball League.
Yeah, and just look at Legend Robertson. For me, he's trying to block that. I mean, just move your feet. One more slide across. Keep your hands up. At 7'1", Bennett Cook's going to struggle to shoot over you. And if he misses, you're going to grab the rebound.
All right, Simonian, very relieved, of course, to know his team came up with a big victory in Ellesmere Port. I mean, another derby. It's been back-to-back derbies to finish the new year for the Manchester Giants. And you know, what a good way to finish it if he can get back-to-back victories. Remember, it's not something they've done this season, so it could be a new milestone for them tonight.
Yeah, the team were completely up for it, both ends of the floor. Defensively, they were scrambling and helping each other. It's a real great team performance with William Lee leading the way.
Boursier working in the backcourt along with Nicholas Lewis. 2 players like to get things going from the 3-point line. It's Lewis trying to run circles, backdoor play, finding Stampley. Lee left wide open, he fires a thread. No problem for the big man.
Yeah, good sign for Manchester Giants. Good ball movement. And William Lee knocks it down from the top of the key.
Well, that's one thing Manchester's going to try to deliver here tonight. Create as many high percentage looks from the 3-point line as much as possible. Nichols now goes for a pump fake. Finds Rattino in the corner. He responds with a dagger. Both teams finding a bit of rhythm early on from downtown, Graham.
Yeah, both teams sharing the ball. Better penetration, pass along the baseline. Rattino ready to shoot.
Well, finding Stampley left wide open. Stampley probably took a bit of too much time, made a bit of contact, but no foul was called.
Yeah, Stampley showing great resilience in this Christmas period. Played all 40 minutes against Cheshire Phoenix 2 days ago. He's starting, and a nice move close in with the left hand there.
Nixon trying to find an opening. Cook here trying to go up against Robertson, almost threw it away. Rattino attacking again. Well, that's got to be a goaltending violation, surely.
Yeah, there was a bit of distance between, a bit of time between the ball being released And
I'd like to
Ledger
see-
Burton
Let's have a look at the replay.
blocking that.
That's on its way down, I believe.
Yeah.
That's on its way down.
And that's the thing with Ledger Burton. He can block shots from all angles.
The only problem is that wasn't a blocked shot. And, you know, you could see the response from Atiba Lions. I'm on his side on that one. His team should have 2 points.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And, you know, the referees have got a judgment call to make. And I think that when we looked at it with the replay, that ball is coming down towards the basket.
Lewis trying to attack. Goes in around the defense. Roberto with a follow-up. The big man all of a sudden responding with a bang. That's the aggressiveness they need tonight.
Yeah, Nicholas Lewis attacking the hoop. Legend Burton ready to pick up the pieces with the slam.
Another deep three-pointer. Nixon just getting things going early on. Becoming a big game changer here for the Sharks.
Yeah, really smooth looking stroke there. Prentice Nixon, nice three, good signs for the Sharks.
Ramsey trying to stop Stapley for going for a backdoor. We'll see it getting away with a push-up, but again, finding that little opening inside the paint. Tough move by the Canadian.
Yeah, nice job by Boursier. He's just so smart, creates space. Had 9 points against the Phoenix with 5 assists just a couple of days ago, carrying on his good work.
Martino fakes a ball screen. Kicks this one out to Kevin Nichols. He tries to pull up from 15. A tough play right over William Lee. And again, it doesn't get any better on defense than that, and that's just a big-time shot.
Yeah, unbelievable shot from Kipper Nichols, fading away, hand in his face. 10.6 rebounds, 2 assists. Last outing last night against the Riders. Big moment for Kipper Nichols.
Well, both teams now locked in at 11 apiece here in the first quarter. Boursier had a wide-open Stapley, but in the end, well, they're going to call a foul or a traveling violation. I think they may have gone with the travel against Kipper Nichols.
That's really unfortunate because they'd hustled to the loose ball. They got there first ahead of William Lee. And unfortunately, one too many steps.
Especially when you had 3-on-1, a golden opportunity to take the lead. And, you know, those are opportunities you just cannot waste during a derby, especially as one as big and historic between the Manchester Giants and the Sheffield Sharks. Finds Lewis, left wide open. Finds up, can't get it. Roberts with a big offensive ball, and the big man, the beast. Again, that's what you want to see. 6 early points, the confidence he needs.
Yeah, Legend Roberto just so important for this team. Both ends of the floor, big rebound, gathered himself. Nice finish with the right hand.
Well, Bennett Cook goes in. He'll get the ad one. He's going to the free throw line, drawing the contact. And, you know, this is something we like to see. 2 teams with very big players just going back and forth. I mean, the games of these 2 players very different. Of course, you know, Bennett Cook likes to get it. Well, Basel fans are going to take a short break as we'll be back momentarily.
Please welcome onto the court for the
Well, Team Alliance at the moment looking for a big response from his players, especially after last night. Unfortunately, was ejected from the game. But, you know, we're talking about a coach, you know, came to the league as a player for the Sheffield Sharks, then moved into the coaching roles. But, you know, early on, we saw a play in which the Sheffield Sharks should have got 2 points from a goaltending. And I'd say definitely he's more composed today because, you know, I'd be very disappointed if I was him and that block shot was made by Ledger Robertson.
Yeah, I think if the referees look at that again in their debrief, they will probably think, yes, they should have given the goaltending, but he's just got to stay cool and calm, let the players work it out. Players know how to respond. It was disappointing yesterday. Things fell apart a little bit. They've got to go tough today, and at the moment they're tied with a buoyant Manchester Giants team.
Well, he turned it over, Ledger Robertson throwing it away. Nixon comes up with a loose ball. Sharks trying to retake the lead. Well, Cook fancies his option against Ledger Robertson, but he's unable to finish it.
Yeah, Robertson's got to be careful trying to block that shot. That could have been another foul.
Well, Nicholas Lewis finding a wide open photographer, but it's another turnover for the Giants. And yes, there's something about Nicholas Lewis. We know what a great player he can be, you know, very talented, at times very unpredictable player, but they need him tonight, especially in front of the team he played for so many years in front of these fans. They need him at his best.
Yeah, he's got a couple of assists so far, but no points. But we know, as he did against Cheshire Phoenix here, just keep firing away. Volume shooter. He doesn't worry too much about his percentages. But when he catches fire, if it happens tonight, Sheffield Sharks will have some problems.
Just over 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Nixon makes a bit of contact, doesn't get the ad one, but he will go to the free throw line. Foul is on Mason Boursier.
Yeah, good attack from Deville Ramsey. Keep putting pressure on that interior defense. Boursier tries to slide. The right knee sort of came out, and Prentice Nixon, our pre-game focus player at the free throw line.
Well, Nixon, of course, just recently joining Sheffield Sharks, played last season in the Estonian Latvian Basketball League. Also spent some time playing in Ukraine and the second division of Finland. NCAA days at Colorado State before finishing in his senior year at Iowa State back in 2020. It's another key addition, not only for the Sheffield Sharks, but also for the British basketball viewers. Lead looking to isolate. Got it by Kipper Nichols. Again, he got the elevation, but unable to get the ball down the net.
Gives it up to J-Rack. Retino.
Sharks looking to extend their lead as Rodney Glasgow Jr. is in the game. We'll see, he comes over for the double team. Tino kicks out for another wide open three. And it's not a bad offense by the Sharks, but you know, when Mason Boursier came for the double team, Graham, you have to take advantage of that very quickly.
Yeah, if there's a mismatch, if you're the bigger player, just say, use that height advantage. And as we see Jamal Anderson and Evan Walsh on the sidelines at the moment, Evan Walsh is in the roster to play, rested against the Phoenix. It'd be interesting to see if he can play any minutes. Losing Evan Walsh as well, he's been such a key player. Another huge game against the Phoenix.
Nixon tries to penetrate, goes up, draws another foul, so he'll be going back to the free throw line. Well, he's causing a lot of problems for the backcourt defense for Manchester.
Yeah, nice left-hand drive, staying so low, goes straight past Nicholas Lewis into the teeth of the defense. William Lee wasn't able to stop Nixon. He's back at the free throw line.
Nixon on the line.
Brad Simone knows the victory tonight, of course, will put their playoff contention in a bit of a brighter frame, of course. But tomorrow, Surrey will be hosting the London Lions. That will be the very first game of the new year. Both Surrey and Manchester at the moment trying to fight for that 8th position in the playoffs. But yeah, who's to say they don't even push a little bit further than that, because you can see it's becoming more and more competitive in the league, Graham.
It's very congested. Massive win for Leicester Riders yesterday to keep away from that 8th spot. They want to keep pushing up the table as well, not looking over their shoulders. So it's a fabulous top-to-bottom league.
The lead going off the mid-range, can't convert it. Sheffield lead by 3 points. Finds Glasgow Jr. wide open, just can't connect. He's got the mismatch, steps through, goes up, the big man. That's what you want from William Lee, running the trailer position in the transition.
Yeah, missed a couple of jump shots. Really good job. Gets to the front of the rim. He's found immediately by his teammate. Much easier finish for him there.
Tino fakes another screen, almost turns it over. That's going to be Sheffield ball on the baseline. 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, good job by Manchester Giants disrupting that play as Routinho's tried to get all the way to the hoop, but they're going to have to go again. Baseline inbounds for the Sharks.
Routinho curls now, throws the ball up in a one-handed throw down. Again, Manchester's defense just fell for the dummy. It's Del Pesh into the game.
Yeah, nice moving without the ball, ghosting into that key area just in front of the hoop, catches it and slams it. Good job by Marcus Del Pesh.
Well, William Lee at the moment relentlessly trying to go for those perimeter shots. Harris, the smallest player on the floor, coming up with the offensive rebound. The putback is good for the Giants.
Yeah, everybody has to just keep pushing, and if it means Harris has to get some rebounds, then great, because it's all hands to deck for the Giants here on the road.
They go for another wide open look in the corner. That one's way off the mark. Giants looking to retake the lead. Lewis with the ball in his hands. Goes to the penetration, bumps in the air, bit of contact, and he'll go to the free throw line. The foul's against Rodney Glasgow Jr.
Yeah, good job by Lewis. Again, he hasn't made his outside shot, so get to the basket, get to the free throw line, see the basket will go through the hoop, and then maybe the outside game starts to come to fruition from there.
Well, interesting. This is now the Giants' first trip now to the free throw line this evening. A team that's very content. We talked about this the other night when they played against the Phoenix. The style of this Giants team, so much individual talent that at times you feel like they've given the keys on the court to say, listen, get that spacing, have that freedom, and do what you do best. But sometimes it does go against you as well.
Yeah, and that's why I like Boursier being in, starting the game, get the ball in his hands, let him make some decisions, then hopefully that becomes contagious. Everybody wants to share the ball when the moment's right. Obviously, you've got William Lee that maybe can bail you out, which he did a couple of times against the Phoenix, hit some massive shots just when they needed it. But have that connection on the offensive end and then help your teammate out on the defensive end as well.
Well, Routinho's going to have to go to the bench as he picks up his first personal foul of the game. 80 seconds left. Montgomery checking in for the Sharks.
Gives it up to Ramsey.
Ramsey trying to run circles around the ball screens. Nichols pulls up for a deep three. Didn't quite get the balance of that one. But that goes out of bounds. It's going to remain Sheffield ball deep in the sideline. A fresh 14 on the shot clock.
Yeah, good hustle by the Sharks. Got to get after every possession. No possession is lost for either team here. It's such a huge matchup. If Giants can win, they go 8th above Surrey Scorchers, who play the Lions tomorrow. So,
well, Nichols gone all the way, and he gets blocked by the rim. I think the fact he zero presence of outside defense maybe just hindered him on that one. Harris looking to go baseline. Giants lead by 1. Lewis now looking to isolate. Has to go for a tough fadeaway. It's suffocated defense. I think they're going to call the foul against Del Pesh, I believe.
yeah, it looked like him and Lawton got tied up. Again, Lawton, another energy player. Just get on the court, get all the rebounds that you can get in the minutes you're being given, and just causing Del Pesh some issues there. Let's just check it out. Again, Lewis forcing. He's saying, I want to score, I want to score. I'd love to see him give that ball up earlier in that offense and maybe then get it back off a pass or share it to someone else to score. But, you know, that's the way Lewis plays. He wants the ball in his hands a lot.
Well, Lewis now for the mid-range. 15 can't get it. Remember, he did struggle in the second half against the Phoenix, and it was his free throw shooting that actually did the job in the end for the Manchester Giants. It's Montgomery now going pick and pop with Kipper Nichols. Nichols going away. Turn. I mean, it looked like the great Michael Jordan on that one. I mean, double clutch mid-air.
I know the play you're referring to against the Lakers, but yeah, great job, a nice job by Montgomery. Now, he came in against the Lions in the latter stages of that game, hit 2 threes, no hesitation. Maybe he can be a spark for the Sharks here.
Well, Lewis splits the defense, goes up. Can't get the and one, but it'll be going back to the charity stripe for the Manchester Giants.
Yeah, Lewis, that's a much better job. The defense came out to him, just dances round him with the dribble, goes round Montgomery. Just can't quite get it to go, but he's at the free throw line.
That's a smart play by Lewis because there's 1.5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Stapley's coming back in for William Lee. Probably a preventative measure by Coach Brian Simonian to make sure his player doesn't come up with another foul. Well, over 80% from the free throw line, Nick Lewis. Just missed the first one. Well, if he makes this one, he can tie it all up, but Sheffield would have literally only 1.5 hit the ball at the floor and go for one last attempt. Ramsey calls for a quick, or doesn't get it off in time. Basel fans, at the end of the first quarter, we're all locked in a piece here between the Sheffield Sharks and the Manchester Giants. We're live at the Cannon Medical Arena in the British Basel League. We'll take a short break as we will be back very shortly. Well, Team Lions at the moment seeing his team all locked in a piece with the Manchester Giants, and at the moment this home crowd definitely want to finish the 2023 calendar year with a victory, but Montgomery goes to the back door. And a VIP fan just receiving a nice pass there from Jordan Rotino.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, not on the same page. Nice effort by Montgomery trying to take his defender back up, but Rotino thought he was staying outside the three-point line.
Lewis. Stanley has it to Jones.
Jones coming off one screen. Giants trying to take back the lead. Harris getting it turned over. Now they got numbers here. Sheffield with Ramsey. Ramsey going all the way and finishing with a smooth move.
Yeah, that's Ramsey's first points of the game. And he's terrifying in the open floor, so quick. And finishes with a nice layup at the glass.
Well, it's another time that the Sheffield Sharks have been able to convert the turnovers into transition points. But here's a play Manchester need to get going. Lewis bumps and he'll go back to the charity stripe. And you alluded to this the other night, of course. He is a much more dangerous player, when his shot's not going, I mean. And when he starts to try to attack the gaps and, get inside the paint.
He's got all the moves. He's a good athlete. He's a good free throw shooter as well. He's over 80%, nearly 82%. So get to the free throw line. Use all your one-on-one moves. And if the defense completely collapses on you, then you've got to find your open teammate.
Well, second missed free throw already. But you have to remember, he's returning to play in front of a home crowd that, for so many years, was behind him, cheered him. He only took 1 year away from the Sharks, and now he's to go play for the London Lions back in 2016-17.
Commentator's curse there, Josh.
Well, it's never easy to go back and play against your old team, is it? I mean,
no, not at all.
I'll give you one classic example is when Kawhi Leonard went to play against the Spurs for the first time. You know, it's very intimidating because those are the fans that loved you for so long, and now they see you play for another team, especially a rival team. It's tough. But a strong move by Ramsey. Oh, again, showing no fear.
Yeah, DeVille Ramsey this side from the left side of the hoop. Beautiful play, getting all the way to the bucket.
Lewis finds Harris, bit of contact. That's going to be a two-pointer, I believe. So 2 free throws coming up for Harris.
Yeah, this time Lewis makes the play by sharing the ball. But let's look at DeVille Ramsey. Nice screen by Delpesh. Lawton comes over, can't get the block. And DeVille Ramsey, he's only around 5'11", 6 foot. Product of Sierra Canyon. Just fabulous play, and that was a really tough move going with his left hand.
Jalen Harris, another player in recent games, has struggled to get that rhythm going from the perimeter. I mean, he has a very unorthodox shooting form, but it's not to say it doesn't work for him. There's been so many games this year where he has been a walking bucket, but a slightly slower release was a three-point shot, so he'll be taking 3 free throws at the moment. Well, makes 2 out of 3.
Yeah, he's a good three-point shooter as well. I mean, 36, 37% from behind the arc. So he's got to be respected. And he got himself to the free throw line there.
Well, Nixon left with a bit of time and space. Takes a three-point again. Harris making a poor defensive decision. You don't leave a three-point shooter that wide open, Graham.
No, Prentice Nixon, red hot last 2 games. Really running into some form and continuing that here. Just pulls it up, nothing but string music.
Harris finding Callum Jones, guarded by Montgomery. This is what Harris wants to do, takes that 3, still struggling, of course. Sharks trying to extend a 5-point lead.
Nixon. Delpesh on the block.
Well, this is a matchup Delpesh has got to try and take advantage of.
Brings it back out to J-Rat, repost, strong move.
Good defense by Austin Lawton, not going in too much. Forcing a turnover, Giants trying to chip into the deficit. Jones down the middle, hangs in the air, just can't get it, but the follow-up still no good. Second time lucky for Manchester.
Yeah, Callum Jones attacking his own miss. He missed, Lawton missed, and he's got it the 3rd time lucky. Great job by Callum Jones, and the steal.
Good steal here by Jones. Jones is going to go, he's going to lay this one up. The veteran player, well, 36 years of age, but still going here for the Manchester Giants. Son of the great Jeff Jones. Very complacent there from the Sharks, Graham.
Sloppy pass by Delpesh, trying to get it to Nixon. Callum did this against Cheshire Phoenix, giving great production from the bench players a couple of days ago, and he makes an almost identical play here.
We got to remember it's a big game as well for Callum Jones because he played for the Sheffield Sharks in the 2020-21 season when he was cut by the Manchester Giants, and he went to play for Sheffield, but seldom, if anything, ever got on the court. So this is a great time for him to prove, hey, I played for you, but you guys didn't value me.
Yeah, exactly. But there's, you know, his family, they bleed Manchester basketball, whether it's Manchester United or Manchester Giants, whichever, throughout all the years with his dad, Jeff, and of course his sister as well, Georgia. So it's great to see Callum, and it's great to see British players doing so well.
Well, the big game tomorrow, of course, Surrey Scorchers will be taking on the London Lions, a 3 p.m. tip-off, the very first game of the 2024 calendar year in the British Basketball League, 3 p.m. on the YouTube page of the British Basketball League. Surrey Scorchers, they'll be hosting the London Lions, and you have the fortune of having to hear me and Graham again for that one tomorrow.
Yeah, well, happy New Year's Day game for that one. Really looking forward to it. If Manchester win, they go 8th. If Surrey then win, they go back to 8th. So, and obviously London want to keep pushing. So a lot of stuff going on around 8th spot. And yeah, 2 great moves from Jones there. Offensive rebound, putback, and then that steal and the layup. And great history with the club and a couple of great finishes.
Well, it's always great to see him back in Manchester. I mean, when Lloyd Gardner became the head coach of Manchester, his first full season was in 21-22. He brought Callum back in because he realized the value of having Callum Jones. I always thought it was a terrible decision when they let him go back in the 2021 season as Glasgow Junior makes down the mid-range. But you need a good core of players around you. You need your go-to players, role players, but you also need your experienced players as well that act as mentors and coaches, and that's what Callum Jones gives you.
Yeah, and he is a local player, so he understands how big Manchester basketball is, and he can really pass that on to the imports.
Well, Harris getting the three in the corner. And now all of a sudden will boost his confidence. 29 apiece in between Manchester and Sheffield.
Yeah, nice pass into the corner, and Harris ready to shoot that as he has to be all game long here.
Only a second three-pointer of the game for the Manchester Giants. Mark fakes it now. Cook, goes in. He's not afraid to put the ball on the floor, the big man, but you want to see him maybe just throw it down a little bit, Graham.
Yeah, but he made a nice pass fake to get Legend Robertson off him to the right, then he drove left and finished at the front of the rim.
Well, Lewis pulls up for another quick one. Again, another player just struggling to get into that rhythm.
And again, I just think it's a little bit of a wasted offense. It's such a quick shot early in the offense. I think Manchester and Nick Lewis can do better than that.
Well, Nixon unable to connect from the mid-range. Giants looking to tie the game up. Maybe take the lead. That, well, Legend Robertson, I'd say, is a very lucky player. He got away with the offensive foul, but goes in for the follow-up. I mean, how many times he fouled out in the game against Cheshire with the illegal screen? Yeah,
that's right. And he didn't move. I think he's okay here, but it's such a big screen, and he was stationary, but Prentice Nixon just didn't see him until late, until it was too late.
I take back what I said, that was a good screen. I think because he's been called a lot of times this year for moving screens.
Yeah.
In that case, I do apologize. Legend Robertson, that was a good screen.
Yeah, but the one he made against Cheshire was just clearly moving.
Two, wasn't it?
Yeah, two.
Yeah, two
in the end, you're getting fouled out, and okay, they held on because they were playing so well and with such emotion and energy. On another given day, maybe that could cost your team dearly or make it a lot closer than it needs to be.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Legend Robertson. I remember when he came to the British Basketball League, we're talking about a man who did play at Clemson University. Of course, he made his debut in the British Basketball League with the Surrey Scorchers and a deep, deep three-pointer from no man's land. As Jordan Rattino just said, hey, focus on the Sharks right now.
Yeah, Jordan Rattino with that real individual style. It's been described as LaMelo Ball style or Alonzo Ball style by Todd, one of our fellow commentators.
An offensive rebound falling to Nicholas Lewis. Just can't finish it. Sharks have a three-point lead. Numbers here in transition, goes up, and again, avoiding the block is Nixon. Just taking every Manchester player back to school. Well, Basel fans, it is indeed 4:49 to go here in the second quarter. It is also a 5-point lead to our host, the Sheffield Sharks. And now we're going to take a short break as we'll be back momentarily. Well, live here at the Cannon Medical Arena in Sheffield, the new home of the Sheffield Sharks. Sellout crowd here tonight in Yorkshire. Well, this is a rivalry that stems back to the 90s, of course, when these two teams coached by current NBA coaches. Nick Nurse with the Giants, Chris Finch with the Sharks. Sheffield going into a 2-3 zone defense. Lee wide open again. That's what you pray when you want to play a zone defense against that man, William Lee.
Yeah, he just caught the ball, stepped out. No one came out. They didn't extend the zone out. And he knocked it down. Nothing but net.
Cook trying to go handoff, finding Glasgow Jr. He fires a three-pointer. Giants now can tie this one up. Maybe take the lead with another three-pointer. Again, Rotino comes up with a steal. And he's going to finish this one, but a very lackadaisical pass. Well, I think it's going to be an and-one. Oh, what a complete capitulation by the Giants. It all starts with William Lee.
Yeah, really sloppy pass. Cross-court behind Boursier, who saves it, but then saves it back towards the middle of the court where Rotino's waiting. And there's just these little things that weren't happening against the Phoenix. They played that game really well and pretty smart. They're just making too many sloppy mistakes.
Now, I wonder if the referees are going to upgrade this to an unsportsmanlike foul, because it is from behind. If it happens, let's see what they say. No, regular foul, okay. Because had it been upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul, it would still have only been one free throw due to an and-one, but they would have got the ball back. But they're going to keep this as a regular one, because look, comes from behind here. That's where it's potentially a dangerous play.
Yeah, you've got to get out of Rotino's landing space for sure as he's coming down, and the referees obviously felt there was nothing, no menace meant there by the defensive player.
Got it.
Converts the three-point play back to a 5-point lead for the Sheffield Sharks, excuse me.
J-Rat lose to 12 points personal.
Already 9 fast break points coming from the Sharks, taking advantage of a lot of Manchester turnovers.
Gets it back.
Lewis looking to isolate now. Suffocated defense by Nixon. Tough fadeaway, but again, that is trademark Nicholas Lewis.
Yeah, just when you think he's got no options left, he somehow manages to elevate and fade and knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Well, Nixon now pulls up, and again, right there. I mean, where is the defense screen? How do you prevent that from happening? Because the Giants almost motionless trying to defend a ball screen.
Yeah, you can't get disconnected with Prentice Nixon, especially at the moment. He is totally feeling it, in rhythm, and knocks that one down. Nothing but net.
Boursier spinning.
Doesn't get there.
Goes for the air ball. Again, going back to what I'm saying, I mean, this is professional basketball. We're talking about the highest level of pro basketball here in the United Kingdom. And Prentice Nixon, you know, we've only seen him for a few games so far, 13 points already. You can't leave him uncontested from 15 feet off a ball screen. You have to do better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think the other thing that's helping Nixon is how well Rotino's shooting the ball, so they can't just key on him. And that's what Sharks need to do, keep sharing the ball, get different players scoring.
Prentice.
They get the switch on defense. Stabley has to match up. Lee tries to close out, but the punishment coming from Jordan Rotino.
Yeah, Prentice, Nixon and Rotino connecting there. Nice drive along the baseline, kicks into the corner. No pressure on Rotino as he lets the corner three fly.
Biggest lead of the game, 8 points for the Sharks. Lewis kicks out, finds Boursier. He fires a three, nothing but net by the man from Canada. Give that a bit of maple syrup on the way down.
That's wonderful, and Boursier is really good at that, waiting at the top. Nice play to kick it back out to him as well.
Well, Lewis picks his pocket. He's going to probably lay this one up and just has enough time to look back. Very casual play by the former Sheffield Shark.
I thought he would have thrown it down. A little New Year's Eve dunk. Forrest maybe he'll do that later in the game.
Well, they have a mismatch on defense again. Nixon left wide open. Giants defense is scrambling, but they get away with this one. You can see there too many, failing to pick up, failing to match up as well.
Yeah, the zone defense being used by both teams, but much better scrambling there. Rotino wasn't open when he caught the ball.
Down to Robertson, guarded by Bennett Cook. Good, trying to use that size and power. Good defense by Bennett Cook. That's going to be a three. No, offensive foul. I thought they were going to call a 3-second violation.
Yeah, Legend Robertson just couldn't gather the ball. He's gone baseline. I mean, the referees could have called a foul there because Bennett Cook had his hands forward. They weren't straight up, so that could have been a foul. But then he regathers the ball, goes into his offensive finish, and Bennett Cook ends up on the floor. So foul called against Robertson, frustration for the Giants.
See, he's got the potential to be a very dominant player in this league. But I think an area of his game that he needs to kind of improve. If you ever go back and watch Brian Richards, a man who he trains with, he's got to be a lot quicker when making those moves. As soon as he gets it, go right at him. He just takes a little too long. One improvement I've seen in his game this year, he's working on that little jump hook touch around the basket. But if he just becomes a little bit more precise, a little bit more clinical, he would be a nightmare for any post player to defend in this league.
Yeah, and the best place for him is like the first play of one of the first plays of the game, when they just throw it into him over his defender. So now he's basket side, and he just goes straight up and dunks it. The post play, when he's got to pound it and maybe think about what he's doing, he's not quite as effective doing that.
Sometimes when you see with Ledger Robertson, he just has his head down, you know this, you're a post player back in the day. You ever watch the great Shaquille O'Neal when he used to back down, head over one shoulder? Well, Basel fans, make sure you subscribe to the British Basketball League on YouTube, where you can get all the best content, especially all highlights of every game that is streamed here, but also all the best content that you can see Inside the Paint. Remember, it's live on the British Basketball League YouTube, so subscribe and follow all that we have to offer.
Yeah, and maybe Brian Richards needs to continue working with Legend Robertson, because it is just one aspect that he could really improve. Now, he's got to forget about it now. He's shaking his head still. So go back to what you're good at. Get some rebounds, block some shots, keep your hands high on D, and then maybe get the ball in motion on offense, get away from your defender, and give us some dunks.
Well, another thing you got to appreciate about Ledger Robertson is he is tough as nails. Every game he plays, he's ready to go to battle. But right now, they just need a bit of composure from him, because they definitely need him to defensively match up with Bennett Cook. Time winding down the shot clock. Ramsey goes in. That's going to be Giants ball. 1:16 to go. Great job by Stampley preventing Bennett Cook from getting the offensive board.
Yeah, much better ball pressure. All the defense were edging over towards the ball side, so much more scrambling. Hands in the lane. A lot more difficult for Ramsey to finish that.
Well, the Giants just out-rebounding the Sharks by 4. Question is, can they tie the game up? Well, Lewis now splits the defense, goes in with the circus shot, can't get it. Good follow-up by William Lee. That's the benefit of having the Twin Towers out there.
Yeah, and they've got to make the most of it when they're out there together and absolutely dominate on both ends of the floor with the rebounds. A wry smile for William Lee, and a simple play for him. No one's going to block that shot once he gets the offensive rebound and elevates.
Well, that's also a big bucket for Manchester, because if they get a steal here, it could potentially be a 2-for-1 for the Giants. Ramsey now trying to throw the lob. Good job by Stampley again. That's going to be a turnover. But now there's going to be 10 seconds between game and shot clock. The Giants will get another chance. Now, Stampley could have got called for a foul there, but I like the fact the referees allowed them to continue play.
Yeah, well, Bennett Cook was trying to get into the key to receive the pass back from Ramsey, but Stampley had his back to him, sort of boxing out already, as if he thought the shot was going up. A good job collectively and individually by the Giants defense.
We'll see it now going down low. Good job finding the big man. I think the response from Ledger Robertson was, "You calling a foul on me again?" That's good movement from Ledger Robertson, though. Getting inside the paint, making himself available. This is what you want to see from the big man. That's only the 14th foul against the Sharks, so it's going to be a baseline ball to Manchester. So I'm a big supporter of the post players. I love post players.
Yeah,
when you've got a big British player like Ledger Robertson, he's aggressive, he's mobile, he's agile, can be a bit hostile. You want him to continue to develop. I'm on your side, Robertson. Let's go, baby. Come on.
I mean, having watched Manchester the third time now over this Christmas period, we can really start to connect with these players and just see how their emotions are going up and down, and what their best positions are and where they want the ball. And they've had some good connections there, Borsier and Ledger Robertson for sure. But just getting the ball at the right moment, not when he's got somebody behind him or two players behind him. You see his stats: 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 fouls. But absolutely, if you've got good bigs, give it to them. Even if they don't score, they can share the ball out, and that's That's why we like the bigs and we want to utilise them.
And then you look at the Sheffield Sharks, of course, they've got Bennett Cook.
Yeah.
A very, very unorthodox, difficult player to go up against. Very mobile inside the post. I mean, he has a sort of the Mamba-like approach when he goes around his defenders. You know, he doesn't go by force. Not the best free throw shooter, but you talk about this man. What can this guy not do? When he's on fire, the game's over.
Yeah, and he's not been as effective as he was against Cheshire Phoenix yet, but it's not all going to be plain sailing. They've had one, and we discussed this pre-game, didn't we, Josh? You know, they've had one great game. Now they've got to back it up, but then Sheffield had a poor game last one, so they're in the same position that Giants were and how they were feeling before the Phoenix game. But William Lee, just keep going in the flow, pick your spots, pick your moments to take the game over.
Well, Lee definitely a confidence player. Once he makes one shot, at that point he does get into that zone. Lewis down the middle, hangs in the air, gets another foul. So he'll go to the free throw line, a chance to give Sheffield the lead. That's now the final team foul for the Sharks. But 10.9, so they'll get the ball back.
Again, Lewis getting all the way to the basket. He must be getting frustrated not being able to make these shots. But he's back at the free throw line. He missed his last two. 82% free throw shooter.
Coming in.
Very important shots coming up.
Was originally from Scarborough, Ontario. That's just outside the city of Toronto. She played high school basketball for a season in Oakdale, Connecticut in the United States, but joined the British Basketball League back in 2012. So he missed his third free throw of the game. Now, we talked about the brief time he did play for the London Lions, but he also played in the NBL Division 1 for the Worthing Thunder, and also briefly for the Solent Kestrels. And returned to the British Basketball League for the 2019-20 season. 4 missed free throws. That's something you don't see from Nick Lewis.
Yeah, that's really, really unfortunate.
Final seconds now. Nixon fadeaway goes up, can't get it. Well, Basel fans end the first half. It is a 1-point lead to the Sheffield Sharks. And, you know, Graham, Derby Day, final game of 2023. You gotta love it.
Yeah, great anticipation to this game. Super exciting. There's some mistakes, but there's some great play and some grit required.
Well, Basel fans, it is halftime. A team of Lions, a lot to think about. We're gonna take a short break as we'll be back momentarily. Welcome back, Basel fans. It is halftime here at the Sheffield's Cannon Medical Arena, but currently a 1-point lead to the hosts against the Manchester Giants in the British Basel League. Well, welcome to all of our fans currently watching in the United States and also here on the live YouTube platform of the British Basel League. I'm your commentator, Josh Bett. He's Graham Hiscock. And, Graham, good first half between these two teams.
Yeah, exciting. Some great play, especially by Prentice Nixon again, delivering. William Lee starting to get into the flow of things as well. It's all set up for a top second half.
Now, as we take a look at the statistics from this game, of course, and we try to break down how it's been, but what have you seen so far between both the Giants and the Sharks?
Well, with the Giants, I think Nick Lewis has just got the ball a little bit too much in his hands, plus he's missed some free throws as well. 5 of 11, he's 3 of 8 himself. 5 of 14, 4 of 10 from 3. 12 of 18, 13 of 24 from 2-point range. 22 rebounds for the Giants to 13. William Lee, Robertson, and Lawton doing a good job there. Steals and turnovers very similar.
Of course, the only one big difference you mentioned has been the rebounds, but let's go back now and reflect on the story of the half. And Graham, as we mentioned, both teams going right back and forth at each other.
Yeah, William Lee starting with the standstill 3, and we thought, here we go again. He's going to go big. He still may do. And then into the corner, Ratinho's done a really nice job from behind the arc, supplementing what Prentice Nixon is doing. And then that's the benefit of following in, anticipating a miss, gets the loose ball, that's Robertson for the dunk.
Well, Nixon, so far, we talked about this. You just cannot give him any time or space to get a shot up. But, look at this from Kipper Nichols. Tough play over William Lee, but he's been quiet so far.
Yeah, Nichols has been quiet, but Nixon has stood up, and this was a 2-on-1. But Ramsey decided, I'm going all the way, and Nicholas Lewis wasn't able to thwart that offensive opportunity.
Well, of course, Ramsey had his moments in the early stages of this game, but going back to Nixon here, too much time, too much space. It's only going to be one outcome.
Yeah, he's taken a couple of dribbles, then Lawton's reacted way too late. Then the shot from Ethan Harris in the corner, that was a nice pass across to him.
Well, there's a deep 3 by Jordan Rattino, and, both teams, finding their feet from the perimeter. They went to his zone, and William Lee making them punish right away, but here's another mistake. This is what's been happening too often with the Giants.
Yeah, sloppy pass from Lee, a nice anticipation from Ratinho, who then went to the free throw line as well. And that's a nice job by Lewis. Don't force your shot. You've got players all around you. Kick it out. Nice 3-pointer for Bulsiak.
Well, of course, it is halftime. The Sharks are leading by 1. Manchester looking for back-to-back victories for the first time this season. Well, Basel fans, we are going to take a short break, but we're going to leave you with some highlights. Manchester taking on Cheshire, and not to mention Leicester taking on Sheffield. We'll be back momentarily. Trying to extend their lead. Jack finds White in the corner. Can they go for a third 3? You bet they can. This team. Well, Lewis now finding Borsier. 5:05 to go. Borsier from no man's land. Aaron Rye with Ethan Chagwa. Down the lane goes up. Finishes with a beautiful finger roll. Well, good defense. White was wide open. Now they're going to find Evan Walsh. He's going to lay this one up, and it's back to a 3-point lead. Down the middle, finds David Olf. Olf goes in around and somehow gets out one to drop. The man from Liverpool. Olf is coming in with his arms to push him. Do you think that kind of went against him as well?
Possibly.
Well, there you can see Leisure Robertson. Chagwa left with way too much time and space. Another 3-pointer.
They got a chance tonight.
Well, Stampley the corner, nailed the 3-pointer. We're all locked in a piece at 56. Trying to isolate. Got it by William Lee. Puts up a prayer and just somehow finds the bottom of the net. Again, as you mentioned, great to see him back for the Manchester Giants and British basketball. Wide pick and pop. Big time 3-pointer. And all of a sudden, 4-point ball game. Just not the right shot they need. Walsh goes in, bangs, gets the and 1. Evan Nobly. Walsh. Time winding down yet again. But again, they almost tell, well, Rideau keeps alive. Teardrop, are you kidding me? Bank is open, baby. Well, then there's the 5th foul for Leisure Robertson. He's out of here, an illegal screen.
Yeah, that, just stand there, Legend. So unfortunate, because he's done so many good things for this ball club tonight.
Must get something here quick. Rye fakes it, goes for the spin out. Tough move, Aaron Rye. There you can see 3-point ball game, 6 seconds difference, down by 4. Rideau looking to attack. Bumps goes in the lane. Now it's a 2-point ball game. To penetrate again. And there's the block. Good defense by William Lee. Well, Basel fans, we thank you for joining us here at the Cheshire Oaks Arena. Finally, since 2021, Manchester Giants get their first victory in the league against the Cheshire Phoenix. What a game it was, Graham. This team, they turned it around tonight.
Allen through, oh, jammed in, what a play! On the board. Well, Ramsey sneaky back door and Sheffield will get their first goal. Allen through the contact. Here's Cook, blocked by Walker, and away come Leicester again. Allen is out in front, and Allen will jam it home, and Atiba might have to call 2 timeouts here.
Well, this is the equivalent to a boxer who is...
He's going to get a technical. He's going mad, and he's got himself a technical. Here's Allen. In transition, he's going to pull up for another one. Teddy Allen, back-to-back 3-pointers.
Look straight to the rim and just get open.
Glasgow, that's very much his shot, that lull out to McKenzie. Oh, he leaves Rodney Glasgow on the floor and knocks down the mid-range.
The type of jump shot you have to make after you make a great move like that.
Nixon at the top of the key knocks it down. Fires up the 3, got hit, and that will be 3 free throws with Rotino running into him.
He shoots the basketball and how quickly and easily he can get shots off, and Rotino...
Oh, there's a technical! Atiba's been ejected. Atiba's just got another technical. Atiba Lyons has to leave. Well, he's taking his time, but he's now off, and Marko Bakovic, a little shake of the head in the background, because he's going to have to take over as head coach, and Atiba Lyons...
You got to walk past the bench as well. It's it's been a fierce rivalry over the last decade.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, Holmes underneath, spinning it in off the glass. It's in Paris next year. He could be in the triple jump with that. Stolen away by Cook. The big man running the break and throwing it down.
Wow.
What an assist that is. Glasgow ticking it down, firing it up and hitting the shot. Adowu will shoot it, and he'll knock down the 3. Along the baseline. Oh, nice finish from Holmes again. Get that win on the board.
Fans want 100, Dan.
Yeah, Allen wants 100 as well, and Allen brings them 100. Well, they just dribble it out, Leicester. They're happy enough with the winning margin, and the fans on their feet.
Welcome back, Basel fans. This is the British Basel League, and we are live in the Sheffield Cannon Medical Arena, where our hosts, the Sharks, have a 1-point lead against the Manchester Giants. Well, welcome to our fans also in the United States. I'm your commentator, Josh Bett, alongside Graham Hiscock. And, Graham, good game so far.
Yeah, really good game. Typical sort of Manchester and Sheffield, really sort of gritty. A lot of passing. A lot of passing on the Sheffield side. I think Manchester need to share the ball a little bit more. Maybe get Nicholas Lewis off ball and get him moving and causing issues that way.
Well, we're going to take a look at some of the key fixtures coming up in the British Basel League. And, tomorrow will be a big game as Surrey Scorchers will be hosting the London Lions. And, of course, we had 2 games yesterday, one of them being postponed due to conditions of the weather between the Plymouth City Patriots and the Newcastle Eagles. Leicester Riders with a big victory against the Sheffield Sharks. Well, on Friday, you saw the Cheshire Phoenix losing to the Manchester Giants. Caledonia Gladiators losing, of course, to London Lions. And, of course, the big games that we saw on the 20th of December. Well, Basel fans, in this game, one of the key players you want to look out for has been Prentice Nixon. He has been a showcase for the Sheffield Sharks. And Graham, I say it, I'll say it again. You cannot leave him wide open.
No, you cannot. 13 points, 2 of 5 from behind the arc, but he can knock the 2 down as well. That was a real mix-up for Manchester trying to guard him. And then he just attacks just above the free throw line as well and just elevates. They've got to try something different, get after him, get the ball out of his hands, get it onto his weak hands, something. They can't just keep letting him get to his spots and letting the shots fly.
Well, Jordan Rottino actually leading all scorers right now for the Sheffield Sharks. He does have 14 points. He's also top scorer in the game. Manchester Giants, 10 points being led by William Lee. Ledger Robertson, the big man, also has 8 points. But, Giants, you've said this, Graham, need to find consistency collectively and need to show synergy better as a team.
Yeah, they do. It's not just I'm going to go one-on-one, and if I can't get mine, then I'll pass it. Let's share the ball. Let's run some sets. Let somebody get cutting to the basket and then get them the ball to finish. They've got points in the paint, 24 points in the paint. Let's get the ball into the paint, whether that's into the post or into the bigs, and let them make some decisions.
Nicholas Lewis in the backcourt along with Mason Boursier. Find the big man, Ledger Robertson. He's got to go to work here. He's right next to the bucket. Finds Stapley. Quick 3 is up. Again, that's the situation I want to see Ledger Robertson go to work.
Yeah, he had a couple of players in him, but he could have spun baseline. As Rottino steps on the sideline, he could have spun baseline and just gone up strong. But as soon as he caught it and just thought about what he wanted to do, as opposed to just doing it, then the offense sort of just came to a bit of a halt and he kicked it back out again.
Because he's done the hard part. He's caught a very tough pass, and he's done phenomenal to cement that position. But that's where you got to go to work, Legend. That's where you got to show everybody that you're going to be a player, especially a top post player in this league, to be reckoned with.
Yeah, agreed. And nice pass in from Nick Lewis. He's just got to finish it. If it comes again, if that moment comes again, hopefully he can do better for his team.
Giants trailing by slender 1 point. We saw Nicholas Lewis 4 missed free throws in the first half, but Graham, you said it, you identified. He stayed on the court to take free throws.
Yeah, he was clearly frustrated. And there's going to be more frustration now, Josh.
This is the part here where Brian Simonian's got to demand leadership on the floor. Yeah, you've got Nicholas Lewis, been in this league since 2012, a bit of time, as we mentioned, in the NBL, but a 24-second violation this early, that's not acceptable.
No, and just passing it into the post, and then straight away the shot clock expires. That shot's got to go up a lot earlier. Someone needs to get a grip. That's where they're missing Jamal Anderson maybe, but someone else needs to step up.
Well, Montgomery going for the reverse layup. Help side defense, nowhere to be seen from the Manchester Giants.
Yeah, I really like Nate Montgomery. Just comes in, he's happy to play whatever minutes coach can give him. Straight away, he's ready to go. Nice reverse layup along the baseline.
Well, Lewis pulling up for another Hail Mary three-pointer, can't get it. Foul's going to be called against Kipper Nichols.
Yeah, well, that's again the benefit of Legend Robertson and William Lee being in the game at the same time. They're both crashing the offensive glass. Kipper Nichols just couldn't keep them both off.
Giants now at 10 here on the shot clock. We'll see it looking to attack. Lewis pump fakes. Pulls up for a tough shot. Again, all he needs is that little bit of rhythm, bit of confidence, because that's his game. That's how he wants to play.
Yeah, like Kipper Nichols in the first half, that was as tough as it comes. Off the dribble, pulls up for a long 2.
J-Rat. Kipper.
Nichols looking for a handoff, finding Nixon. Nixon hesitating, going baseline, goes up, avoids the block. That's what Ledger Robertson does well. You mentioned it, solid insurance policy for the Giants' rim protection.
Yeah, good hands-up defense from Legend Robertson.
Well, nice play. Lewis now back-to-back points. The assist coming from Mason Boursier.
And that's how dangerous Lewis can be away from the ball. He ghosting along the baseline. Defense don't realise he's there until he's caught the ball and finished. Great find from Boursier as well.
Nixon fakes the screen now, finding Kipper Nichols. Trying to attack here against William Lee. A bit of a tough closeout. Montgomery trying to go for the circus shot, can't get it. Giants with the 1-point lead.
Yeah, good defense, and in the end, Montgomery have to take in a shot of 1 foot. It's exactly what the Giants need.
Time winding down. Lee pulls it up from 15. It's on target, but he can't get the right rhythm on it.
Yeah, got to his spot, the elbow, but just slightly too long. Maybe a couple of more passes needed.
Too much by Nixon. And again, I think Nixon's looking for the foul, but I'm not sure they're going to call it.
Oh, it's good smothering defense again from the Giants' bigs. And then Bennett Cook couldn't get the offensive rebound as well. So Nixon's just sizing up Lewis. In fact, Lewis points to where he wants Robertson Legend to be the secondary defender. And Legend Robertson helps his team out there.
It's going to be a baseline possession to the Sheffield Sharks. Nixon trying to find an opening. Now we're under 10 here on the shot clock. Glasgow Jr. bit of space, goes for 3, it's up, and it's good. But Rodney coming into the play.
Yeah, fantastic screen as well from Bennett Cook. And Glasgow just found some space, knocked it down with that trusted left hand.
6th trade ball of the game. Stampley tries to go for another one. It's a very interesting perimeter shooter, Nick Stampley, because he does take a high volume of threes. Kipper Nichols tries to attack. Again, you know, Ledger Robertson did everything right there. Stood his ground, tried to make himself a presence. Somebody's got to come in and put a body on Bennett Cook.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to help. He's come over to help, so you've got to help the helper. I say it pretty much every transmission because you just can't be on that weak side. You've got to edge over. Everybody needs to edge towards the ball, and it doesn't happen.
Well, here's the three-pointer coming from Rodney Glasgow Jr. Play they've definitely missed. It's back to a 3-point lead to the Sheffield Sharks. This game becoming a little bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah, and you've talked about how skilled Bennett Cook is. He set a beautiful screen there for Rodney Glasgow just to create some space for him. Glasgow did the rest.
Well, Bennett Cook is one of those players. He plays within himself. He does what he can. Doesn't try to do anything more than that. Lewis coming off one screen, finds Stampley, tries another 3. Again, it's just not dropping here for the Giants. Ledger Robertson just tumbling. One more pass. Rotino wide open. 3 is up. Ledger Robertson just committed a frustration foul play. And you can see Nicholas Lewis saying to him, look, calm it down. We need you in this game.
Yeah. 2 fouls now for Legend Robertson. That's not bad. That is only his 2nd, but I think Bennett Cook is starting to get under his skin. They're getting really physical. Bennett Cook's almost baiting him to get physical back with him and to maybe try and foul him or push him and just get in around Legend Robertson. Robertson's got to be mature about it and just keep control.
Nice play, too easy there, coming from Jordan Rotino. Now the Giants being exploited. 7-0 run for the Sharks. Just over a minute.
Super job by Rotino, finishing with his left hand. He knew William Lee was right there, but the left hand finish was good enough.
Boursier attacking the screen, finds Austin. Lawton goes up. Well, Lawton coming into the game, just giving them a little bit of inspiration inside the paint. 4-point ball game. Sharks still in control.
Boursier, great decision maker. Get the ball in his hands. Get the ball out of Nick Lewis's hands, and Nick Lewis can be a finisher. not a starter.
Nixon.
Well, Boursier trying to chase Nixon around the ball screen. Still finds a bit of room. That goes out of bounds, but that's going to go back to Sheffield, interestingly enough. 5:04 to go here in the third quarter.
Marcus Delpeche. Make some noise.
Sharks making a change. Delpeche coming in for Bennett Cook.
Glasgow.
Sharks have a chance here to try and build a bit of momentum. They have a 2-possession lead. It's Glasgow Junior trying to go around the ball screen.
Glasgow.
This is better defense by Mason Boursier. You can see 2 occasions there, whether it was Nixon or Glasgow Junior, chasing them around the ball screen, not giving them that time and space.
Lee for 3.
Lee finds a 3, and that's a little too short. That's going to go out of bounds as Austin Lawton came from within, but yeah, you talk about shot selection. Well, Basel fans, 4:39 to go. We'll take a short break. We'll be back momentarily.
Please welcome back onto the court.
Welcome back, Basel fans. Third quarter here between the Sheffield Sharks and the Manchester Giants. Final game in the British Basketball League of the 2023 calendar year. Manchester, of course, coming off the back of a brilliant result, a huge victory on the road against Northwest rivals of Ellesmere Port, the Cheshire Phoenix. And you know, something the Giants looking to do today, a new milestone is get back-to-back victories. But Sheffield, off the back of a big defeat against Leicester, at the moment, looking like the better team, Graham.
Yeah, I think they just look more composed. They're sharing it. They're going to run an offense here where there's multiple movements away from the ball. You see Routinho cut into the basket.
Glasgow Junior going up. Count it! Gets the and one. Now, pretty sure that's going to be a potential 4-point play. Rodney, Glasgow Junior. Let's have a look at the replay. What is this behind the 3-point line? Oh, you bet it is. Yeah. Rodney going for the 4-point play. Merry Christmas, he just said.
Yeah, and that's, in the end, he took a reasonably contested shot, but there was a lot of ball movement prior to that, a lot of player movement away from the ball, and he was able to catch the ball in rhythm and knock it down.
Well, converts a 4-point play. Well, how they have missed him at the beginning of this season. 8-point ball game, 7 3-point of the night for the Sheffield Sharks.
Harris gives it up. Boursier has it.
This is where Manchester need to show collective nature. Boursier isolated. It's a good move, but he's got to finish that one.
Yeah, it was still a pretty tough move there for Boursier. A lot of defense in front of him, but he'll be frustrated it didn't go down.
Sharks looking to go for a double-digit lead. Good defense by Lawton. No foul calls.
Yeah, tough D from Lawton. They need plenty of that. Big couple of minutes now for the Manchester Giants.
Harris down the middle. Bit of contact goes in, just gets it to drop. Well, another play, they just got hooked, maybe.
they're letting a lot go.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked about it with the bigs as well. There's a lot of contact.
Yeah, we saw that early, didn't we, with Del Pesh? No, sorry, with Ledger Robertson and with Bennett Cook. I mean, that's a play I definitely want to talk about, but at the moment, you can see here, Prentice Nixon trying to find an opening. Nichols now step back tough, three-pointer, nothing but net by Kipper Nichols, right in the face of William Lee.
Yeah, a couple of passes, just changing the angle. Kipper Nichols elevates, knocks it down.
Well, Lewis, another deep three-pointer. At the moment, you could probably argue the percentage of the three-point attempts of the Manchester Giants is definitely dwindling. Nice play down the middle, goes up, and another and one. Well, Del Pesh flexes the guns. Too big, too strong, it's simply just too good.
Yeah, nice play from Sheffield Sharks, and it's different players every time, different angles of attack. This time, Prentice Nixon is showing his skill as a passer, as a provider. Del Pesh gets all the way to the bucket for the and one incoming.
2:55 to go here in the third quarter, 11-point ball game. Why is Evan Walsh on the floor? He's about to get a technical foul, but let's go back to the earlier play between Legend Robertson and, of course, Bennett Cook. I mean, this is derby day. Both players fighting. Well, you know, Bennett Cook with a bit of a hook brought him down. Now watch Legend Robertson here. Graham,
yeah,
that's an unsportsmanlike foul to me. Legend Robertson, I mean, look, tumble there, probably could have called a foul against Bennett Cook, but this right here.
Yeah, if you see the eyes, he's eyeing Bennett Cook up there. He can't do that. He's so lucky.
Well, again, Evan Walsh came onto the floor. You can understand probably a bit of frustration, but he can't afford to do that. You can understand the frustrations, but you guys, this is where the Giants need the composure. I'd say they were very lucky. Ledger Robertson didn't get caught for unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, they're losing their discipline here. They're being challenged. You know, Sheffield are desperate, and they're playing desperate, as Manchester Giants did against Cheshire Phoenix. But there's no way the coaching staff or the team manager should be letting Evan Walsh anywhere near the court. If he's not suited up to play, you've got to stay within your team huddle.
Well, definitely this is a derby. These two teams for many years have battled through the great golden age of the British Basketball League in the late 90s, early 2000s, until the Manchester Giants did dissolve. They came back to the British Basketball League in the 2012-13 regular season. Of course, the emotions do hang high, but a technical foul has been called, so it's going to be a free throw for the technical, and then the and one free throw for Del Pesh.
Yeah, things unfolding, and I think without Jamal Anderson and Evan Walsh on the floor just to calm things down, it may need a Bullsier to really drag these players and say, come on, guys. Got to get back into this game and quick.
Not having Evan Walsh tonight is, definitely hurt the Manchester Giants, because he's been probably one of the most exciting and hottest players in the British Basketball League as of recent. But, what I feel the Giants have let themselves down for, you mentioned this, not enough collective play. It's been too much isolation. The percentage of shot attempts has gone down. Yeah. You have to play together.
You got to, and I'd really like to see Nick Lewis off the ball, which he is now, get Bullsier involved in decision-making. And Brian Simonian's got to be speaking to these players as well and saying, guys, I'm your coach. You do exactly as I tell you, and just give it everything you got for this ball club.
Well, it's a much better offense by the Giants. That's two good looks there. I mean, they got the wide open three in the corner from Harris. And that shot selection from Nick Lewis, no arguments, but they're not dropping. So now have to rely on the defense.
Yeah, and Simonian would be happier with that shot. But I just think Nicholas Lewis's shot is flat, and it's just not giving it much chance to go down. You look at Bullsier's arc of his shot, it's so much higher, and it looks as though it's going to go through the hoop.
Well, Harris going baseline, finds Bullsier. Lewis wide open, pump fakes. That's much better now from the mid-range. And again, much better collective offense from the Manchester Giants.
Good spacing. Bullsier gets a touch, makes a great skip pass. Nicholas Lewis in rhythm, shot fake, gets to the elbow, knocks it down. Much better Giants.
They're going to have to rely on their principles. Defensively, they're going to have to try to come up with some stops. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Sharks leading by 10 points. Glasgow going for a fadeaway. Again, that's good defense. You're forcing Rodney Glasgow Jr. into a tough contested shot. Well, Lewis now here trying to isolate. Harris off the mid-range, pulls up, and again, back-to-back field goals coming for the Giants. A 4-0 run and building that confidence slowly but surely, Graham.
Yeah, and back-to-back assisted baskets as well, not just one-on-one. So this is I think this is the formula for Manchester Giants, mixing it up.
Well, that's going to be a blocking foul called. Wow, was Austin Lawton inside the restricted zone? Because to me, Graham, at first glance, it did look like he was set and in good position. But the question is, was he inside or outside that restricted zone? Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, Graham.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
I think we had one a couple of days ago against the Phoenix where Lawton was in position, or we felt he was. He is brave. He will come across and take charges or attempt to. Again, that looked a good one, but he's agreeing with the ref and he moves on to the next play.
Well, Austin Lawton, I think,
Well, he
right
may
now,
not be agreeing with the ref, but he's listening to the ref.
Oh, no doubt. I'd be very disappointed because that's good defensive play. You come over, you rotate, you get into a good position. It's plays like that, you know, that kill the confidence of a team that's trying to get back in because you're doing everything right defensively at this point. But, you know, Giants are going to have to fight back. Sheffield going to try and take advantage. Both free throws made by Jordan Rattino.
Rattino having a really big game along with Prentice Nixon, being the catalyst for the Sheffield Sharks performance tonight.
Who's getting a handoff? Manchester, of course, have missed 6 free throws this evening. Kicking out, finding Harris. Made 1 3 this evening. Can't get it. Stampley offensive board. He's got to go up with it. Those are the hustle plays. Second chance points the Giants must live off right now.
Yeah, nice pass out by Lewis. The shot was just off, but there was plenty of offensive rebounders. Stampley with an excellent offensive rebound, left-hand finish.
Sheffield potentially could go 2 for 1. Nixon got it by Harris. Tino going baseline, finds Cook. Well, Harris comes over. Time winding down. Good defense by Harris. Much better job by Manchester. Lawton comes up with it. 6 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Now, let's see what Manchester built up here, Graham.
Yeah, they got the full shot clock to work with. Let's get the ball moving. Let's get players moving off the ball. You know, I don't really want Lewis dribbling it all the way down to the end of the shot clock, but he may well do.
Well, he's going to use the ball screen here from Austin Lawton. Lewis now twisting, turning, fades away. No problem. ISO coming from the former Sheffield Shark, but Glasgow Jr. goes in and around, circus shot, can't get it. Basel fans at the end of the third quarter, 6-point lead to the Sheffield Sharks in this British Basketball League matchup against the Manchester Giants. We will take a short break as we'll be back for the fourth quarter momentarily. Well, here was the final play by Nick Lewis. And Graham, you know, this is his game. This is what he does best.
Yeah, and he backed his player down. I said at the start of the play, maybe Nicholas to give it up, maybe to get it back, but he knew what he was doing. 5 seconds remaining when he let that fly, and it was nothing but net. So great job by Lewis, believing in himself and for his team to trust him as well.
Well, he'll be the favourite man in Lancashire tonight if he can lead this team to a big victory against his former team. But no doubt the locals here in Yorkshire, the wonderful still city of Sheffield, will want to see their team finish with the final game of 2023. Well, Cook now twisting, turning, going to work like a Yorkshire Statue of Liberty with that jump hook.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Real couple of nice fakes. Looks one way, spins the other, then goes that same way again and finishes with a soft touch.
Harris coming off one screen, finds Lawton in around the contact. Strong move by Austin Lawton.
Yeah, another big. They go inside, another assisted basket. A little bit different to Bennett Cook's play, but Austin Lawton just using his athleticism for the bucket.
Nice little floater, but can't connect with it. Giants come up with a loose ball. Trailing by 6 points. Boursier here playing point guard. Well, Boursier going in, bullying his way, and sending Montgomery right to the deck.
Yeah, there's a lot of weight difference, size difference, and experience difference between Boursier and Montgomery. That's exactly what Giants needed. All Boursier on that play.
Well, traditional rivalry here in the British Basketball League. Sheffield Sharks of Yorkshire, Manchester Giants of Lancashire. At one point, they were the kings of this league. Montgomery trying to respond again, coming up a loose ball.
Yeah, it's the same with Callum Jones on one side. You got Montgomery on the other. He's very much invested in this club. Coaches the juniors. Nice to see him get a couple of buckets today.
Well, Lewis heavily defended. Goes for another isolation, just can't get it. Lawton trying to battle for the offensive rebound. Goes out of bounds. Sharks will get it back.
Yeah, that shot was a little bit tougher for Nicholas Lewis. That time it doesn't quite go down. But he will continue to push. And I love it when he shares the ball. You look at his stats, you know, Josh. He's got 6 assists, so he's sharing the basketball. It's just picking those moments when he goes himself, when he shares.
Ramsey coming off one screen. Sharks leading by 6 points. Lonzo trying to isolate here against Harris. Goes all the way, and again, beautiful move by Rodney Glasgow Jr.
Yeah, going between the two Manchester Giants defenders. And it was just too much all the way to the bucket for Glasgow, having a huge game for the Sharks.
Well, both players left-handed. Both players a nightmare to defend. Lewis finding Stampley, trying to get a handoff. Time's winding down. Harris has got to force something up. Puts up a Hail Mary three-pointer. Stampley trying to fight for the offensive board. It's on the ground. It's going to be a jump ball violation. Possession, I believe, will go to the Giants because Sheffield did commence the fourth quarter with the first ball.
But again, the ball just got stuck at the top of the three-point area for the Manchester Giants. They just weren't able to get any decent look. And when Stampley had that ball, there's only 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. His shot come off the front of the rim, and Coach Brian Simonian in picture there is just living on the edge of his seat with every matchup for Manchester Giants, in particular this one this afternoon.
Lewis going for a tough step back and stop, but it's way off the mark. And this is what we talked about. Now is the time when Manchester probably need to create something just a little bit more collectively, Graham.
Yeah, maybe do they sit Nicholas Lewis down just for a couple of minutes? Get Callum Jones in.
Well, Rodney Glasgow Jr. put him up by 10 points yet again. Brian Simoni is going to have to call timeout. Manchester choking under intense pressure at the moment, Graham.
Yeah, Callum. Great job, Glasgow Jr. Nothing but net on the jump shot.
Well, Basel fans, December is almost up. January is coming our way, and that means one thing. We're headed for the British Basketball League Trophy.
The British Basketball League Trophy is back. The stakes are higher. The action is bigger. Here's how it all goes down. All 10 league teams are split into 2 groups of 5. The trophy games are played across 3 weekends in January, where each team plays 4 games within their group, 2 at home and 2 away. The top 2 teams from each group will go into the semi-finals. It all comes down to an epic Final Four weekend at the Utilita Arena in Birmingham on the 27th and 28th of January 2024, with back-to-back semi-finals played on the Saturday, followed by a double-header with the men's and women's finals played on the Sunday. It's time to find the 2024 trophy champions.
Well, the British Basketball League Trophy will be beginning next week. Of course, it's going to be a very exciting month of basketball. London Lions will kickstart the trophy against the Newcastle Eagles, a very traditional rivalry we've seen in the last few years. But the biggest game, of course, will be coming on Sky Sports when the Newcastle Eagles will be hosting the Manchester Giants. 2 opening games of the British Basketball League Trophy next week. January is going to be an exciting time, Graham.
And that tournament's going to be played in 1 month, and the finals in Birmingham at the end of January. It's just going to be fabulous, as the league has been so far. So topsy-turvy, you just don't know what's going to happen next. Even though Sheffield Sharks have got a 10-point lead, can Giants pull it back?
Well, Cook now faking the pass, in and out, goes up, gets rejected. Well, Austin 316 just said, not in your house.
Again, you mentioned it earlier, Bennett Cook, just go up and crush it and get the foul and get to the free throw line.
Well, Lewis finding Lawton, the foul's going to be called on the ground. That's the first team foul for either of these 2 teams here in the 4th quarter. Well, Austin Lawton, well, if you ever want to take Spanish lessons, your professor is Austin Lawton. He just said, no en mi casa, get out of here.
Yeah, again, not enough elevation from Bennett Cook there, and that shot got what it deserved.
Lewis now trying to split the defense, going up, and a good response there by Bennett Cook. Well, Bennett Cook's giving French lessons. He just said, pas chez moi, not in my house too, thank you very much.
Yeah, great job. Maybe Bennett Cook heard my comment about his shot the other end, because he has responded straight away. He's followed Lewis through, just got his hands up. He came in from behind. Lewis didn't realise he was there. Good block without fouling.
Well, Cook is going to take a little breather. Team of Lions at the moment determined to give Yorkshire the big victory against their rivals from Lancashire. Final game of the British Basketball League in the 2023 calendar year. Lead coming off one screen again. They knew he was going to shoot it. That's going to go out of bounds. That should be Manchester ball. Yeah. So Manchester just coming up with a lucky play there after turning it over.
Yeah, they're fortunate. But again, William Lee just hasn't been able to get into the game as much as he did in rhythm against the Cheshire Phoenix, but Sheffield Sharks doing a great job ensuring that he doesn't get into the flow yet.
Well, second team foul is going to be called against the Sharks. There was 6:19 to go in the 4th quarter, but they do have a 10-point lead. This one is on Devell Ramsey. Ramsey's going to have to go to the bench, take a breather. As Jordan Rattino comes back in, Ramsey does pick up his 4th foul now. Mike Sharp to obviously call in Jordan Rattino J-Rab, which is quite interesting. Well, another foul's going to be called against Delpesh, and yeah, this is good for the Giants, because if they get into the penalty very early on, that's one way you can fight your way back in the game. Sheffield showing no signs of any defensive discipline at the moment, Graham.
Yeah, that was sloppy by Delpesh. He'd be frustrated with that. They've got to play straight up defense here.
Lewis.
Well, Lewis trying to go pick a pop with William Lee. Again, the isolation, the shot is up. Lewis gets it to drop. Yo, he is more effective anytime he goes to that isolation when he's inside the key. When it's outside the key, it becomes a lower percentage look for him.
I completely agree, and he created space there on the fadeaway, and he got the shooter's roll, the shooter's touch.
Well, they got the switch on defense. Stampley got in Delpesh. Delpesh going baseline. Puts up a prayer, can't get it. Nobody running here with Nick Lewis. Finding Boursier. Boursier down the middle. Splits the defense, goes up. They got to call an offensive foul. Well, very interesting decision. The question is, was the secondary defender inside the restricted zone? I have to see the replay.
Yeah, that is tough on Boursier, because he attacked the hoop. I don't know if we'll get another look at it. He attacked the hoop, and it looks as though as soon as he's let the shot go, he's he's moved off to the right.
Oh, that's a good call.
Yeah.
That's a very good call. Great job, because you can see Nixon clearly outside the restricted zone.
Yeah, super job by Prentice Nixon, not only one of the leading offensive players, putting his body on the line there for his team.
Nixon.
Rotino got it by Stampley. Sharks leading by 8 points. There's a kick out finding Rodney Glasgow Jr. Boursier closing out quickly. That's good defense by the Giants. It should be a foul on Rotino. Well, Graham, I got to disagree with that one, because I felt there was a foul coming down.
Yeah, Lawton lost his balance, but I thought he was going to get rid of the ball quicker to his teammate that was close behind. He's just held on to it, which meant Rotino could at least reach down and get it. Now, whether he's fouled him on the way down.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, when he came down with it, it was a slight bit of contact, because the reason they call those fouls is to protect players from coming down. Well, 18 points for Jordan Rotino. I mean, you know this as well. You were a post player back in your day. When you're coming down with a rebound, it's so easy to come down, fall over, twist your ankle, something. Players need to be protected.
Yeah, they do, completely, and you just got to protect the ball at all costs. Nice play by Rotino in the end.
Sharks now getting just under 10 here on the shot clock. Nixon trying to penetrate. Nixon going up. They're going to call 2 points. I believe there was a bit of contact on the backboard from Austin Lawton. Now, the rule isn't necessarily if you touch the backboard, it's an automatic 2 points. It has to somehow affect the ball going in. I have converses with our head of referees, Richard Stokes, one of the greatest referees in world basketball, former EuroLeague referee for that matter. It's back to a 10-point ball game here to Sheffield Sharks. Well, he left wide open, takes a three, it's up, and it's good. That's what they need now. Can he catch fire? We're under 5 minutes here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, William Lee, 3 from 5 from behind the arc. So dangerous anywhere on the court, especially when he's left open behind the three-point line.
Well, going up, good defensive presence. The question is, who got the block there? Was it Stampley or was it Robertson?
Well, I think that was blocked by committee. Great ball pressure defense.
Well, Lee now going back-to-back 5 points. Now it's a 5-point ball game. And all of a sudden, Manchester Giants, a bit of life, bit of confidence, as we're going to take a short break. And we'll be back momentarily.
Welcome back onto the court for the final time. It is fourth.
Well, 15 points, 1 rebound away from a double-double. And here are the KD comparisons. Perimeter shooting, fadeaways on the baseline. But, he's been a little bit quiet compared to his, standards. If he gets cooking now, Manchester could, for the first time this season, go back-to-back victories, Graham.
Yeah, but both those offenses, quick ball movement, quick decisions, and William Lee creating space for himself. Great job.
Sharks need composure. Rotino goes up, gets rejected. Well, Lee with the swat off the backboard, treating Jordan Rotino like a magnet on the refrigerator.
Yeah, I mean, he's huge. At high school, we just spoke about it, 26 blocks in one game when he was a young player, but he's still doing it at this level in the British Basketball League.
Lewis now with the ball in his hands. 6 seconds here on the shot clock. Got to get something going. Nowhere to go here. Puts up a tough one, just can't get it.
Sharks have the basketball.
So those kind of offenses, Graham, you build the momentum. You got to do better than that as a team.
Just keep moving it, Nicholas. You know, just keep moving it, you can get it back.
Well, Prentice Nixon comes in, putting the Sharks back up by 7. Under 3.5 to go.
Yeah, nice job by Prentice Nixon attacking the space. No defense reacts. Drains it from about 18 feet.
Well, Lee going in for another tough one. 7 points. Yeah, I did say KD comparisons.
Yeah.
206 centimeters, 6'9". Can handle the ball, create his own shot. He's a primetime player.
His last 3 buckets, all very different from different areas of the floor. Nice job, William Lee.
Well, Cook trying to isolate. Well, there you go. It's that kind of defense. I mean, if you let Robertson, he could step off a little bit because Bennett Cook's not going to shoot from 15.
Yeah, he's too tight there, and then Cook gets all the way to the bucket, so he's using the basket as an extra defender. Legend Robertson cannot make the block that time.
We'll see F1 screen, splits a defense. Circus shot doesn't touch anything. Thinks he's getting a foul, but the referees, I mean, that's good defense by the Sharks.
Yeah, they've just gone into forcing it. Great job with William Lee with the last 7 points for the Giants, but they just forced it, and Boursier got no call as he airballed it.
Sharks trying to extend this one. Nixon trying to isolate now. Puts up a circle. It's in the process of shooting, so it's going to be 2 free throws. That would have been an @1 if it had gone in. So 2 free throws coming up now for Prentice Nixon. Well, what an addition he's been for the Sheffield Sharks so far this season here in the British Basketball League. Well, as we mentioned, with Prentice Nixon, played professional basketball already in Finland, Kosovo, Latvia, and Ukraine. Well, originally from Chicago, Illinois, started his university career at Colorado State. His final season with Colorado averaged 16 points per game before transferring to play for Iowa State for 2 years. So he makes both free throws. 9-point lead to the Sheffield Sharks.
17 points.
Well, Lee nowhere to go. Good defense by Jordan Rattino. Lewis puts up a Hail Mary. 3 is up, just no good. Robertson offensive board goes up. Doesn't get the @1. Well, that would have been big for the Giants.
Yeah, again, they were just, the ball got stuck. First off, Lee was looking for a shot, then Lewis put one up, and Legend Robertson got the offensive rebound, and he's at the free throw line. But he's not the highest of percentage free throw shooters, Josh, so these are 2 huge shots.
Robertson's got to step up, make both of these. Just gets the first one. Well, if he makes this one, it will be a 7-point ball game with 1:53 to go. Doesn't get the second one. Lewis follows in. Big 3 by Boursier. This one's up. Again, no good. Oh, it's got to be a foul, surely. Oh, Bennett Cook, I think, may have just got away with a push in the back.
And he gets a whistle.
It's been physical all game long, Josh, and again, they're calling some, they're letting some go, and Bennett Cook was lucky, but he's ended up with the ball in his hands, and he's heading to the free throw line.
Well, it's only the 3rd team foul against Manchester, so it'll be a full-court possession now for the Sheffield Sharks. But going back to that previous play, say Bennett Cook did go in quite aggressively. Maybe avoided the push in the back.
Ramsey.
Well, now we're under 90 seconds.
Ramsey gets the whistle.
Which, that must be sideline ball because Ramsey wasn't in the process of shooting the ball, I believe.
Yeah, they got one foul to give, but again, Ramsey very tricky as Coach Simonian looking frustrated, but he's speaking with a smile on his face. He's just got to keep pushing this Manchester Giants team. Have they got one more good stretching them.
Find Roddy Glasgow Jr. Giants just need to, or excuse me, the Sharks just need to shave time off the clock. We'll see, it doesn't want to foul here. Don't want to send him to the free throw line yet. Glasgow goes in with a circus shot. Well, Happy New Year to everybody in Yorkshire.
That might just about do it.
Well, Lewis goes for another deep three, can't get it. That goes out of bounds. Now we'll go to the Sheffield Sharks. And yeah, I guess the amazing talking point about this game is Sheffield played yesterday, but look at this. How do you like your Sunday roast with a bit of Yorkshire pudding on that one?
Yeah, I mean, it was sort of semi-hook shot, but he's just thrown it up, hardly looking at the hoop. And when it's your day, it's your day. Great job by Glasgow Jr., the captain of the Sharks.
Devell Ramsey just trying to deal with the full court pressure, Nick Lewis, but Graham, there's been so many exciting players in this game. Players have definitely stepped up, delivered. You got Nixon, Rodney Glasgow Jr., Devell Ramsey, but I'm gonna have to ask you the most painful question. You can only pick one of them. Who's been your player of the game?
Well, it's Prentice Nixon again. He's on a tear. The last couple of games, he's continued it tonight, made all the big plays for this team. 19 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, just the 1 foul. Really good job playing defense without fouling as well.
Well, Devell Ramsey at the free throw line, and to those watching live in the United States and also here on the live British Basketball YouTube channel, Devell Ramsey was once a teammate with Jason Tatum, the NBA superstar, when they featured for the USA Under-17 national team at the World Cup in Dubai. That was in the summer 2015, I believe. That shows you the caliber of where Devell Ramsey was as a young player in the USA. Nixon trying to isolate, goes in, but it's all the consolation at the moment here for the Giants. 9-point ball game.
Again, he gets into the key, little fadeaway, and gets that mid-range jump shot to go. He's keeping going, he's not stopping. Giants have got to go right to the end here because points difference down the line could be a factor.
Well, head-to-heads are definitely always very important. Of course, and that's why if you're used to watching the NCAA or the NBA, you'll notice when a game is done and dusted, teams will more or less hang the boots up. But in Europe, every game matters, of course. Head-to-heads, these teams will play each other 3-4 times in the season. You want to make sure either you've got more victories than the team you're up against, or as you mentioned, the point difference comes into play.
Yeah, I mean, if Sheffield win this today, they're going to be 2-0 in the series. They've got 2 more games to come. Every team playing each other 4 times. It's a heavy and hectic schedule, but as you can see from the fans here today, the fans are absolutely loving this festive hoops.
Ramsey comes up with it.
And Ramsey.
Still plenty of time left here in the fourth quarter. Sportier is going to commit another foul, which will send Devell Ramsey back to the charity stripe. Well, you would have thought coming into this game, Sheffield playing yesterday, losing, of course, to the Leicester Riders. Manchester with a big victory only 2 days ago. Credit to Manchester, they don't have 2 of their best players, that being Jamal Anderson and not to mention Evan Walsh. But I'd say it's very disappointing for Manchester Giants, but a big job and a great win for him and his players.
Yeah, that is just a super job from Atiba Lyons. He had his own issues yesterday as well, getting ejected, getting frustrated with the way the game was going. But to come back the following day and put on a performance like this, it says a lot about him and a lot about the character of his team.
Well, Lewis bumping, going in, can't get it. Rebound secured. Shot clock has been turned off. Well, it's going to be celebrations tonight here in the beautiful county of Yorkshire. Well, back in Lancashire, again, the Manchester Giants failing to go for consecutive victories this season. Well, Basel fans, we thank you for joining us here at the Cannon Medical Arena in Sheffield. At the end of this game, Sheffield Sharks, they take the victory 86-75 against the Manchester Giants. What a game it was. Prentice Nixon, phenomenal play, Graham.
Yeah, really impressed with Nixon. Also, Ratinho, great that he got some good looks. 3 of 5 from behind the arc, 6 of 10 overall, but Prentice Nixon, 20 points, 3 big games on the spin. He's the player that they wanted him to be, and he is delivering 3 games in a row.
Well, of course, Prentice Nixon starting his BBL career with a bang, as we mentioned, played professional basketball in Latvia, Kosovo, Finland. And now looks like he's found a new home. And of course, he could enjoy a beautiful Sunday roast here. A bit of Yorkshire pudding maybe, but here are some of his key plays. He's cash, Graham.
Yeah, he is, and whether he's off the dribble or getting here, he's going to just pull up, and the defensive back way off him. Lawton making a mistake there. Then he attacks off the screen from Cope. Nick Lewis has half got round it, but not enough. And then the bounce pass to Delpesh giving some love to his teammates as well.
Well, now it's time to reflect on this big victory of the Sheffield Sharks as we take a look at the statistics to find out where it went right for the Sheffield Sharks and where it went wrong for the Manchester Giants. Graham, break it away, please.
Yeah, 6 of 13 from free throws for a start. Nicholas Lewis was really struggling. 5 of 24 from behind the arc as well. 8 of 21 for Sheffield Sharks. 23 of 41 from 2 and 16 of 23. Pretty good, right on their average for the season for the Sheffield Sharks from the charity stripe. Rebounds heavily in favour of Manchester Giants. Turnovers, 5 more turnovers for the Giants.
Well, now it's time to look at the fixtures and results here in the British Bass League. We started on the 28th of December when Newcastle Eagles had a big victory against Plymouth. Leicester Riders, of course, falling to the Bristol Flyers. While on the 29th, you saw the Phoenix. Of course, they lost to Manchester Giants. Caledonia Gladiators also losing to London Lions. On the 30th, Riders bouncing back with a big victory against Sheffield. Plymouth's game against Newcastle postponed. Further date to be decided, of course. While tonight, party time here in Yorkshire, Sharks winning against Manchester Giants. But one more game as we now conclude 2023. The first game of 2024 will see Surrey Scorchers taking on the London Lions. Now it's time to look at the league standings here in the British Basketball League. Well, the imperious London Lions still top of the table with 21 victories. Sheffield now moving into 5th place with 11 victories. Manchester Giants failing to take over that 8th position in the playoffs here in the British Basketball League. Surrey holding on to position 8th. Well, Graham, 2023, it's been a fun ride. We've seen a lot of great games, but no, 2024 starts tomorrow. What about this game tonight? Sheffield, big victory for them.
Yeah, great team victory. Prentice Nixon, Glasgow, Ratinho, all big plays. It's a great effort, especially after losing last night. They've come back strong. Manchester Giants, you know, they had a great game against Cheshire Phoenix. They just couldn't get it done today, but that was without Anderson and also without Evan Walsh.
Well, Basel fans, we'd like to wish you a very happy new year wherever you may be supporting all over the world. Again, we thank you for joining us here tonight in Yorkshire. But for now, I'm Josh Bett. He's Graham Hiscock. We'll see you for more games in 2024 in the British Basketball League.